Now let's have a very brief short note discussion on international trade. So trade is of two level, at a national level and international level. National level between the inside a country, the states and all the cities do trade, and there is international trade. The inter countries or different countries when they share goods. So initial trade was barter system in which goods are exchanged before currency. There were flint stones, obsidian, cowrie shells, tiger paw, whale's teeth, dog's teeth, skin furs, cattle rice, pepper, corn, salt, small tools, copper, silver, and gold. All these things were exchanged on the barter system. Now, what is history of international trades? So, trades were restricted to small distance due to theft. In the very first, when the international trade had been started, then the theft in the way was very a big problem. Then people used to satisfy their immediate facilities. Only rich people used to bring jewelry and other ornament. The silk route is an example of connecting with China to Rome, and India was on the way, and wool, silk, precious stones were traded among all the countries. After Rome was disintegrated, then it was not given importance. The slave trade was started with the colonization by Europe. After industrial revolution, raw material and finished products are given importance. During World War, many countries imposed taxes. Then after the World War, GATT was formed. What is full form of GATT? To let me know. And why does international trade exist? First is there is a specialization of production in one area. For example, in India, there is a production of say brahmostra, and a country which is friendly in India and hostile to China that need it, then we can provide brahmostra to that countries. Then we have division of there is a division of labor. The labor of one country is skilled in one occupation and other in other. So there is a division of labor. Then we have comparative advantage, complementary and transferability of goods and services. Then the mutual benefit and foreign policy. And there is a developed net transport and communication. What is the basis of international trade? So first there is a difference in natural resources, national resources. Every country based on geological structure, based on medical, mineral resources and climate, they have different national resources. And another factor is population factor. The cultural factors and size of population is another factor. So international trade is happening between the countries, and then we have a stage of economic development. One country needed goods that is fundamentally manufactured in a developing country. So that is economic development also a factor. Then there is a extent of foreign investment. By the foreign investment, foreign currency, they purchase the things which is not available or which is purchased by that country. So there is a transport. So what are the important aspects of international trades? First is volume of trade. What is the quantity of trade, the composition of trade, what are the section that is contributing to the trade. Then we have direction of trade, whether the goods are coming to your country or you are importing or you are exporting, and there is a balance of trade, whether you are in a deficient condition or you are in a surplus condition. Then type of international trade, first is bilateral trade, and second is multilateral trade. As the name suggests, it is very much clear. Then we have free trade. In free trade, products are dumped by one country to another, and then we have WTO, and GATT was formed in 1948, 1 year later, our independence. GATT was transformed in WTO in 1995. 1/1/1995 को. It maintains the global rules between the nations, and WTO resolves the disputes between the nations related to trade, and WTO covers trade services, telecommunication and banking, intellectual rights. WTO gives importance to rich nations and does not favor the poor nations. That is why India and WTO is like a very hostile relations, you can say. There are then regional trade blocs: ASEAN, CIS, European Union, LIA, NAFTA, OPEC, SAFTA. And there, what are the concerns related to international trade? The first is regional specialization, higher level of production, better standard of living, worldwide availability of goods and services, equalization of price and wages, diffusion of knowledge and culture. It leads to dependence. There is uneven level of development. The exploitation of the labor resources of any people is done a lot in a very huge level. Then there is a commercial rivalry leads to war. It affects people's life. Production and use of resource is raised. There is depletion of resource, and all this leads to more population. Then talking about what are the gateways of international trades. So it provides facility to cargo and passenger via maritime routes and cargo and passengers are traveling. It provides docking, loading, uploading, storage facility for cargo. It maintains navigable channels and arrange tugs and barges, provide labor managerial services. The quantity of cargo handled by the port is an indicator of level of development of its hinterland. Now, what is the type of port? So, based on cargo handle, first is industrial port, second is commercial ports, then we have comprehensive ports. Based on location, we have inland ports and output ports. Based on specialized function, we have oil ports, ports for coal, pocket station, entire port ports. Then we have naval ports also for the naval exercises. So, it was very brief discussion on international trade. Signing off.